What is motivation and why do we need it?
Some of you watching this right now will just be thinking to yourself, I cannot get motivated. And I know how it feels. The main problem is that a lot of us are looking for a feeling. But the truth is, there are steps to getting motivated. It's not going to come to you like this, but you can put a plan in place to make it happen. And this is what this video is all about.
What happens when you feel completely deflated? At the end of last year, I had absolutely nothing left in the tank. I hit a wall and I had major burnout. If you've never experienced burnout, this is how it feels.
I feel like my life is chaos at the moment. There's so many things to do, but I just cannot be bothered to do anything. I've never really felt this unmotivated for years. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people is you get stuck in a hole and you do nothing, and then that breeds you feeling like you can't do anything. But the first step, and I know the first step, is just to get up and do something.
Sometimes you need to realise when you need to take a break.
After taking some much needed downtime, I felt recharged and ready to flip my life around. So let's start with the first step to getting motivated. Part 1. Declutter your space. You know, sometimes you just look at your room and you're like, where do I start? It's pretty much me at this point. Why do humans just collect stuff? Like, look how much stuff is here. I'm embarrassed.
I had to turn this place around, so I decided that my first task was to clear my space. Now, if you're going to do this, make sure you go in deep. Drag out all of your clothes, shoes, items, electronics. Try to sort them into piles. Put things in the bin and put stuff in a pile to sell. If you haven't used them in the last 6 months, then get rid of them. Make some money on eBay or Depop. Do a car boot sale or donate it to charity. By only having things that you need, your life will be less cluttered and it will give you more clarity. Plus, who doesn't love a clean room and some extra cash? Step 2. You are the captain.
You are the one who decides where your life is going. If you keep doing the same thing day in, day out, then you're going to be in the same position. But if you structure a plan to work every day on your goals, there's no doubt that in 6 months or even 6 weeks you would have smashed all of your goals and probably more.
When we say kinging it, it encompasses the following. Be your own boss, rule your own world, and work towards achieving your wildest dreams.
Just remember, you are the decision maker and you decide how quickly you get to your goals. You are the captain, you make all of the decisions.
Step 3. Set clear goals.
So the number one task to getting anything done is writing it down. Start with what you want in life. What do you actually want? Think about everything in your life, think about every scenario, think about your ideal scenario and make a list. It can be as long or as short as you want. They can be long-term goals, short-term goals, or just daily tasks that you want to complete. Now I'm talking as basic as if you can't get out of bed in the morning. This is going to help you just to start that process of getting out of bed and just completing small little tasks to make you feel better, feel ready for the day, and just get you pumped, you know? The most beautiful part about setting yourself new challenges is that normal life becomes way easier and the things that you used to fret about become nonsensical. And once you jump on this train, it makes it easier and more enjoyable just to relax. If you're like me, I cannot sit still, so relaxing can be quite difficult. But if I've completed my to-do list, I've got a bit of exercise, I feel much more accomplished, and so when I do relax, I feel like I'm deserving of it and I can just be there and enjoy it. Step 4. Know your why. So when you're writing down your goals, I also want you to write down why you want to achieve them, and this is pretty crucial. You need to find out what is your why. You want your why to be a pleasurable, exciting why. So instead of writing down, I'm sick of this job, or I'm fed up of being this weight, I want you to flip those around and turn those into goals. For example, I'm doing this because I want to get into the best shape of my life for myself because I deserve it. Or I'm working towards my dream job because I know it's going to bring me so much more pleasure in my life. See the difference between writing down a goal that's I'm sick of being this weight and I'm going to get into the best shape of my life when you read it out loud, it makes you feel much more like, I'm gonna do this. So by affirming your goals with a positive affirmation, it just makes them more believable, and it also makes you want to achieve them more. So find out your why and integrate that into your goals, and it'll make it so much more than just a tick list. Step 5, stop wasting time. This is your #1 time killer. Get off your phone. I had a friend that actually went to the doctor's the other day because she had a sore thumb, and the doctor said that her thumb was strained because she was probably scrolling too much. That is next level. If you're spending too much time on your phone doing nothing but scrolling, then you need to take a look at your screen time and figure out how you can cut it down. It's unbelievable the amount of times in a day you'll just get your phone out of your pocket when you're bored for a split second and you just start scrolling. I do it myself, I try to catch myself, but if you are more aware of when you're doing it, then you can just cut it off completely. Unless you're on this being productive, you're sending an email to a company for some work, or you're writing down goals or tasks that you want to complete, then you shouldn't really just be aimlessly scrolling. Especially in the morning, don't get up and pick up your phone straight away and start scrolling. Trust me, it's the most unmotivational thing you could ever do. And don't leave it to the doctor to tell you that you've got a problem and you need to stop. Step 6, wake up early, but make sure you get enough rest. The key to any sort of success is to start your day off by winning. The thought of setting an alarm when it's cold and dark in the mornings and waking up is horrible. But think about the bigger picture. Your goals and the things that you want to achieve, they need time. That extra time that you're maybe spending in bed could be used to complete those goals. Also, the reason that you may feel deflated or unmotivated is because you are waking up and overthinking. And I've been there too. I used to wake up in my bed and sit there for an hour just staring at the ceiling and worrying about things that I had to do that day. So the easiest thing to do in the morning is to apply the 5-second rule. As soon as you hear your alarm going off, count down from 5, not up, and literally push yourself out of bed. The reason the 5-second rule is so incredible is that you don't give your brain enough time to convince you of anything else. It's so annoying that your bed is the perfect temperature when you wake up, so your brain is automatically going to go, oh, go on, just stay another 5 minutes, we'll press the snooze button. But if you just use the 5-second rule, you'll be up and you'll be ready for the day. So what you want to do is figure out how many hours of sleep that you need. But for most humans, it's usually between 7 and 8. Amy usually needs between 9 and 12. But there are a freak number of people who only need about 5 or 6 hours of sleep. When I first started doing this routine, I was pushing myself so much and I just wasn't getting enough rest.
And I didn't realise how key sleep was until I started listening to this audiobook called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Which brings me on to this week's sponsor, which is Audible. One of my main goals this year was to start learning more, mainly through audiobooks. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker is amazing. I've been listening to it every night before I've been dropping off. One of the crazy facts I learned is that when you go to sleep, your spinal fluid goes up into your brain and cleans it out whilst you sleep. How mental is that? Just from one book, lads, all up here. So if you've seen me and Amy on the road, we do love an audiobook. And honestly, I've been flying through books at the moment. So every month, if you're an Audible member, you get 1 free audiobook. And at the moment, you also get unlimited Audible originals. So if you go to audible.com/kingingit or text kingingit to 500 500, your first month is absolutely free. You're welcome, lads. So if you want to check out any of the books I've mentioned, the links are in the description. Another book that will get you buzzing to start something new is David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me, which brings me on to step 7. Do not stop. Ex-Navy SEAL, ultra-marathon runner, and motivational speaker David Goggins said it best. Learn to be your best self when you're least motivated. Stop looking for a feeling to control what goes on in your life. You have an obstacle to overcome, so overcome the motherfucker regardless of what's going on. I mean, you can't really say much more than that, can you? But from me, honestly, if you want to achieve something, it's not going to be easy, but you just can't stop. If you hit a hurdle, try and figure out how to get over it. The easiest way of most people failing is falling at the first hurdle. So you just got to back yourself, believe in yourself, and just keep on going. I believe in you. When it comes to getting started with anything, you're constantly going to be fighting your own brain because it's always going to give you the easy route. Just have another biscuit, or don't worry, we'll do that tomorrow. But when you dive into discomfort, because that's what we want to aim for, is getting out of your comfort zone. When you dive out of it, that is where you're going to find satisfaction, and that is where you're going to feel much better about yourself. Step 8. Enjoy the downtime. So as you saw at the start of the video, I hit major burnout just before Christmas, and it's not the first time I've experienced that. I used to be the world's worst at not being able to enjoy downtime, and I used to burn myself out by working 16 hours a day. Literally my eyeballs would be drying out just from looking at my laptop screen for so long. I was honestly just obsessed with working, and it got to a point where I was getting angry if I wasn't working, which is definitely not healthy. It definitely wasn't a healthy balance, and it got to a point where I was working so hard that I just forgot who I was. So there's people out there who claim that if you're not obsessed with what you're doing, then you're not going to be successful. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but you also need balance. You need to do the things that make you feel good. One of the things that I love doing is just laying down listening to music, running, training, and if I don't prioritize that, then I don't feel motivated. So if you're going through your day and you've got a list and you're ticking it off, and they could be simple things, you know, clean my room, go for a walk, call someone that I haven't spoken to for a while, and you're ticking them off. The beauty of those ticks, it does something to your brain, I'm telling you. I'm not sure what it is, but every time I see that happening, I'm like, yes, and it's like a little boost for the next thing. So then by the end of the day, if you've gone through and you've accomplished a load of stuff, you can sit there and you can watch Netflix, or you can watch a film and you can just relax, and your mind won't be wandering then. If you're anything like me, I'm a complete overthinker. So that's why in the mornings I apply the 5-second rule, and in the evenings, if I've completed my list, then my mind won't wander elsewhere and be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. So what I'm trying to say is just have some time off, enjoy the downtime, have a bath, light some candles, just enjoy yourself. To summarize the 8 rules: declutter, get rid of excess stuff and clean your space. You are the captain. No more excuses for failures. You make all the decisions, own it. Set clear goals. Know where you're going by setting small and big goals. Make them very specific and look at them every day. Know your why. Have a reason for why you're doing this. It needs to be so powerful that it will motivate you every day. Stop wasting time. Procrastination will get you nowhere. Stop mindlessly scrolling and start using your time wisely. Wake up early. The key to any success. The early bird catches the worm, lads. Do not stop. Don't be deterred by hard work and effort, it will pay off in the end. Enjoy the downtime. Take time to reset, relax, and do things that fill you up with happiness. So that is it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you're gonna do, if you feel motivated, and let's do this together as like a little community. Let's get in the comments, talk amongst each other, and just get some stuff done. Thanks so much for watching Kinging It, guys. I'll see you next time. 1, 2, 3, bye!